Hello everyone. So today I have a good one for you guys, especially if you have young children or grandchildren that you take care of or help with. The 1st of January has gone and come and I was sick most of it, so now I have things that I need to do that I wasn't able to get done last week, and I have probably 10 or 12 totes in the basement to go through with all old tax returns, paperwork, you name it, I saved it, and I've already gone back to 2012 and found stuff. But I came across this and I was like, oh my goodness, this is really fun, and I forgot I did this. So basically, everybody's heard of a chore chart or a good behavior reward chart. At least when my kids were little. They're in their 20s now. I don't know what parents are doing today. I haven't had little kids in many years. So in going through all of my documents, I've saved planners, I've saved all of my kids' school records from day one, all of that. When my kids were little, I had chore charts on each of their doors. I don't remember if I made them homemade. I don't remember what they looked like. I don't have them anymore. I just remember that we had stickers like this, so those little gold stars you can get in a little like packet by Avery, I think it is, in the office supply section of like Walmart or any like CVS or pharmacy, something like that. And every time they did what they were supposed to do, they got a sticker. Now, let me just explain, because some parents might say, well, wait a minute, why are you rewarding them for just doing what they were supposed to do? This is when they were learning. This is when they were really young and they were learning how to do these things. It wasn't at the point yet where they could do it on their own without being told. This was in the beginning of learning. And I have many years experience talking with professionals, psychiatrists, things like that about child rearing, and you probably see many videos on YouTube about it. The people in my circle that I talked with told me that when you're raising children, especially children with maybe a behavioral disorder or ADHD or autism, or another spectrum disorder, you want to make sure that you don't punish your child by taking something away from them when they're learning and making them angry or frustrated. In other words, say your child is supposed to brush their teeth. They did it Monday, but they didn't do it Tuesday. Don't take their Monday sticker away. They did do it Monday, but don't give them a sticker Tuesday. Right? Because they didn't brush their teeth Tuesday, so they didn't earn the sticker. But the theory is don't take away from them of what they already earned. And then after I learned that, I made up these little coupons, and these are all handmade. I actually probably printed these on the computer from what I can tell. And these were things that my kids were into. Okay, so the first one here is, this is a little website that my daughter liked called Monster High, and that's my handwriting there. So what I did was I printed these out and then I laminated them. So for example, she got 20 minutes on monsterhigh.com if the star chart was filled in or her reward chart was filled in. I don't know what you call it, chore chart, whatever you call it. If it was filled in appropriately for what she needed to do, then she could earn, or my son, they could earn from one of these coupons. And the first one was Monster High 20 minutes on the website. Another one I did was 20 minutes on Polly.com because she loved Polly Pockets. Another one was 20 minutes on Barbie.com. And then here's one, nickjr.com, 20 minutes on there. This one, my daughter especially, I put here, I love shopping trip with mom for new outfit. And then my son was totally into Legos, Matchbox cars, all that kind of good stuff. So for him, I did Lego.com, 20 minutes of Lego fun. Here's another one for both of them, for people that love the outdoors and have their kids go outside a lot, which is good for them, fresh air. Right? 30 minutes at a local park. You notice how I did more time outside than I let them play on their iPad or on the website or what have you. 30 minutes outside versus the 20 minutes on the website. Here is a really special treat, probably when they filled a month's worth of stars, I would have to guess, because this wasn't something I did often. I didn't raise my kids on sugar. So trip to Dairy Queen for one ice cream. That would have been huge for them. And then here's another one, 1 hour trip to the beach. We're fortunate that way where we live on the coast. So 1 hour to the beach is, you know, nothing for us to get to. We live right down the street from the ocean. But we have a special beach that I had a season pass for. So this one specifically was for that beach, and they absolutely loved that beach. So that was a real treat. That one is a little further away, which meant getting them in the car, getting them over there, bringing the bag of stuff moms and dads have to bring to the beach. Then we used to have, we don't have anymore. We used to have a 99 restaurant. So this is dinner at the 99. But they just loved it. They loved having the popcorn served to them. I don't know if you have a 99 restaurant near you. If you do, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, we don't have one anymore at all. During COVID, they shuttered. So we don't have that anymore. Another one, they loved pizza. So that was another thing we didn't do often. I cooked almost every single day for my family. I would make homemade pizza for them, but I rarely got pizza out. So that was a really special treat for them to order a pizza. And then we also had a couple of places like Chuck E. Cheese, things like that around that had like an indoor playground and food. We don't have those anymore either. COVID really ruined this area. We were a ghost town. But at the time we had a Chuck E. Cheese, so they really enjoyed this too. And this must have been one where you fill your stars for the month and you get this trip, because that would have been expensive. So that wasn't an every week or an every day, you know, thing. And then, of course, we used to have a Toys R Us, which we don't have anymore either. And that would have probably been their ultimate favorite, to go pick out a new toy. So that would have been a real treat. And I might have even for this one had it set up where if you fill stars every day for 2 months or something like that, because that would have been a big one for them. And then this is another thing I made, and you can see I laminated it, and I laminated all these as well. This is, it got ripped somehow, I don't remember how, but this is a feeling chart, okay? So little kids, as everybody knows, whether you're a parent or not, you know this, kids have tantrums. Sometimes they have a hard time expressing how they feel. They can point to how they're feeling to help them better. So you'll understand, are they angry? Are they hurt? You know, are they frustrated? Obviously, they wouldn't be happy if they're having a tantrum. So this is another cute little thing that I found in my stash of paperwork. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any tips for other parents too, because this is not my normal content. I don't usually do parent talks. So if you have an idea or something to add to this, or a reason why they shouldn't do this, leave a comment for me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.